Here, the air is thick with stories. It hangs heavy, like the humid tropical breeze that drifts in from the sea. Cuba. The name itself is an incantation, a whisper of something lost and found. Before one ever sets foot in the city of Havana, the island speaks. It speaks through the slow, rhythmic crash of waves against ancient shores. It speaks through the rustle of royal palms, their fronds swaying like giant green fans against a sky of impossible blue. There is a sense of waiting here, a profound stillness that seems to hold centuries of secrets within its grasp. Something is always just beyond the horizon, a feeling that you are on the cusp of a great discovery, if only you listen closely. The water that surrounds this island is a character in its own right. It is a living tapestry of blues and greens, shifting with the sun and the mood of the sky. In the shallows, it is a brilliant, almost translucent turquoise, inviting and clear. Further out, it deepens to a rich sapphire, a vast expanse that holds both promise and peril. This is the same water that carried galleons laden with treasure, the same water that brought explorers and conquerors. It is also the barrier that has isolated this land, preserving it in a state of suspended animation. The wind, its constant companion, carries the scent of salt and wild blossoms across the land, a perfume unique to this place. As we approach the coast, the first signs of life are not human. A magnificent frigate bird soars high above, its forked tail a distinct silhouette against the clouds. It rides the thermal currents with an effortless grace, a silent observer of the world below. Down on the rocks, small, resilient crabs scuttle in and out of crevices, their movements quick and purposeful. They are masters of this liminal space, this boundary between the solid land and the ever-moving sea. Nature here is not a backdrop. It is an active participant in the island's unfolding drama, a testament to endurance in a place defined by it. And so, we arrive not with a bang, but with a breath. A slow, deep intake of this singular atmosphere. The island does not reveal itself all at once. It demands patience. It asks you to quiet your own inner noise and attune yourself to its gentle, persistent rhythm. The beauty is overwhelming, yes, but it is a quiet beauty, one that hints at something deeper and more complex just beneath the surface. It is the first clue that Cuba is a land of profound contrasts, where what you see is only the beginning of the story, the first page in a book of many hidden chapters. If you're captivated by Cuba's hidden stories and want to uncover more with us, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring more untold journeys to life. Havana. The city rises from the coast like a dream from a bygone era. It is a place where time has not so much stopped, as it has been folded over on itself. Grand colonial buildings, their pastel facades faded by sun and sea salt, stand with a quiet dignity. They are like elderly aristocrats, their fine clothes worn and frayed, but their noble bearing undiminished. Ornate iron balconies sag under the weight of years, yet they are adorned with laundry, a vibrant flag of everyday life. This is the first great paradox of Havana, a city that is simultaneously a magnificent ruin and a living, breathing home. It is a museum where the exhibits are still in use. Walking through the streets of Old Havana, or La Habana Vieja, is like stepping into a cinematic masterpiece. The light here is different. It filters down through the narrow alleyways, catching the chrome of a classic American car from the 1950s. A 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air, its paint a brilliant cherry red, rumbles past, a ghost of a different world still haunting these streets. These cars are not museum pieces. They are the city's workhorses, meticulously maintained through sheer ingenuity. They are a rolling testament to a history that is both glamorous and complicated, a symbol of a past that refuses to fade away. Every corner seems to hold a new secret, a new story whispered on the breeze. The sound of a lone trumpet might drift from an open window, a mournful, beautiful melody that seems to capture the very soul of the city. The air is filled with a symphony of sounds, the chatter of voices in rapid-fire Spanish, the laughter of children playing in a sun-drenched plaza, the distant, rhythmic beat of a drum. It is a city that engages all the senses. You can feel the uneven cobblestones under your feet, a tangible connection to the centuries of footsteps that have hangs in the air, a feeling that the city is holding its breath. The faded grandeur hints at a lost opulence, a world of grand balls and cigar-scented parlors. But what happened to that world? The buildings themselves seem to be asking the question. Their peeling paint and crumbling plaster are like scars that tell a story of upheaval and change. You find yourself looking at a beautiful, intricate doorway and wondering about the lives that passed through it, the secrets it has kept. The city is a puzzle, and every street, every building, is a piece waiting to be understood. Behind the picturesque facades, another Havana exists. It is a world away from the glossy postcards and the tourists' gaze. Here, in the quiet courtyards and the labyrinthine apartment buildings, known as the true heart of the city beats. Life unfolds in close quarters, a communal dance of resilience and necessity. The grand entrances of once stately homes now lead to a maze of makeshift dwellings, where multiple families share spaces originally designed for one. The faded glamour of the exterior gives way to the raw, unvarnished reality of daily existence. It is a stark contrast, a world of shadows behind the sun-bleached walls. The daily struggle is a quiet, constant hum beneath the city's vibrant noise. It is seen in the long queues that form for basic goods, a testament to an economy under immense pressure. People wait patiently, their faces etched with a familiar mixture of hope and resignation. Acquiring the simplest of necessities can be a day's work, a complex negotiation involving ration books, scant resources, and a network of neighbors. Yet, there is a remarkable lack of visible despair. Instead, one finds a quiet courage, a determination to make do, to find a way, to. This is the spirit of survival that defines life for so many. Ingenuity is the currency of this hidden city. A mechanic coaxes a 70-year-old engine back to life with a part fashioned from scrap metal. A home cook transforms a few simple ingredients from a rooftop garden into a flavorful meal for her family. Nothing is wasted. Everything has the potential for a second or even a third life. This creativity is not a hobby. It is a fundamental tool for survival. It is a powerful, unspoken rebellion against scarcity, a declaration that even with limited means, life can and will flourish. It is a lesson in resourcefulness that is both humbling and deeply inspiring to witness. In these hidden spaces, away from the polished tourist trails, one discovers the true strength of the Cuban people. It is found in the bonds of family and community. Neighbors are not just neighbors, they are an essential support system, a shared web of care and mutual reliance. A cup of sugar is borrowed, a child is watched, a piece of news is shared over a balcony railing. There is an intimacy and a sense of shared fate that has been lost in much of the modern world. This is the secret wealth of Havana, a treasure not of gold or silver, but of human connection in its purest form. Music is the lifeblood of Havana. It is not something that is merely performed on a stage. It is the city's very pulse. It spills out of open doorways, thumps from the open windows of passing cars, and rises from street corners where musicians gather as if by magic. The rhythm is infectious, a complex blend of Spanish guitar, African drums, and a uniquely Cuban soul. It is the sound of joy and sorrow, of longing and celebration, all woven together into a single irresistible beat. To be in Havana is to be constantly surrounded by this soundtrack, a reminder that even in hardship, the spirit finds a way to sing. This musical expression is a profound act of resilience. The melodies and rhythms tell the story of the island, a history of great pain and immense joy. The mournful notes of a bolero can speak of lost love, but also of a deeper collective nostalgia for a time that is gone. Then, a sudden shift to the energetic, complex beat of a rumba or a salsa transforms the mood entirely. It is an explosion of life, a defiant celebration of the present moment. The music allows for the expression of a full range of human emotions, providing a vital outlet in a society where other forms of expression can be constrained. The dance that accompanies the music is just as important. In the plazas and the dance halls, you see people of all ages moving with a natural, uninhibited grace. A grandmother might take the hand of her grandson, teaching him the steps that her own grandmother taught her. For a moment, all worries seem to fade away. The dance is a conversation without words, a physical manifestation of the community spirit. It is a space of freedom, where the body can express what the heart feels, a joyful release from the pressures of the everyday. It is pure, unadulterated life in motion. This rhythm of resilience is not just in the music, it is in the very way people move through the city. There is a slowness, a deliberate pace that is not born of laziness, but of a deep understanding of time. There is no need to rush. There is time to stop and talk to a neighbor, to watch the sun set over the Malecón, to simply be present. It is a rhythm that stands in stark contrast to the frantic pace of the modern world. It is a form of quiet resistance, a choice to live life on one's own terms, to find joy not in accumulation, but in the richness of the moment itself. To truly understand Cuba, one must venture beyond Havana's famous seawall, the Malecón. The island unfolds into a landscape of breathtaking and often surprising beauty. West of the city lies the Viñales Valley, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Here, the earth is a rich red color, and strange, rounded limestone hills, known as mogotes, rise dramatically from the valley floor. They stand like ancient sleeping giants, their surfaces covered in a thick blanket of green vegetation. It is a prehistoric landscape, a place that feels untouched by the passage of time, where one half expects a dinosaur to emerge from the mist. This fertile land is the heart of Cuba's tobacco country. Small, rustic farmhouses dot the landscape, and fields are worked not by modern machinery, but by oxen pulling plows. The farmers, or campesinos, have a deep, almost spiritual connection to the land. They read the soil and the sky, their knowledge passed down through generations. They will show you how a cigar is rolled, their hands moving with a practiced, almost reverent skill. There is a profound sense of peace here, a quiet dignity in the timeless cycle of planting, tending, and harvesting. It is a world away from the hustle of the capital. As we move through these rural landscapes, the island's wild inhabitants reveal themselves. The world's smallest bird, the bee hummingbird, zips through the air like a jeweled insect, its wings a barely visible blur. It hovers over a hibiscus flower, a tiny miracle of life and energy. In the wetlands of the Zapata Peninsula, one might catch a glimpse of the Cuban crocodile, an ancient reptile resting silently in the sun. These creatures are a vital part of the island's natural heritage, survivors who have adapted to this unique environment, their existence a quiet testament to the resilience of nature. This journey into the countryside reveals another of Cuba's truths. While Havana is a city of people, much of the island remains a realm of nature. The government has, sometimes by intention and sometimes by default, preserved vast tracts of wilderness. These areas serve as a crucial sanctuary for wildlife, some of which is found nowhere else on Earth. It is a reminder that the story of Cuba is not just a human one. It is also the story of a unique and precious ecosystem, a natural treasure that exists in a delicate balance with the human world. To visit Cuba is to hold two opposing ideas in your mind at the same time. It is an island of immense, undeniable beauty, and a place of deep, systemic struggle. The two are not separate, they are inextricably linked. The faded glamour that so enchants the visitor is a direct result of a history of economic isolation and hardship. The classic cars are beautiful, but they are also a symbol of a nation frozen in time, unable to move forward. One cannot appreciate the beauty without acknowledging the difficult truth that lies just beneath it. The tourist experience is a carefully curated one. It is a world of pristine beaches, classic car rides, and salsa music. It is a valid and often wonderful experience, but it is only one part of the story. The real Cuba exists in the ration queues, in the crumbling infrastructure, in the quiet conversations about the future. There is a profound disconnect between the island that is sold to visitors and the island that is lived by its people. To bridge that gap, even a little, is to begin to understand the complexity of this nation. It requires looking past the surface and listening to the unspoken stories. And yet, it is the spirit of the Cuban people that leaves the most lasting impression. It is a spirit forged in the crucible of history, a mixture of pride, resilience, and an unwavering hope for a better future. There is a warmth and generosity that is both disarming and deeply moving. A stranger will invite you into their home for a coffee, sharing what little they have with an open heart. It is in these simple human interactions that the true character of the island is revealed. It is a reminder that a nation is not its politics or its economy, but its people. Ultimately, Cuba remains an enigma. It is a place that defies easy categorization. It is a land of music and silence, of light and shadow, of joy and sorrow. The island's beauty is a siren song, drawing you in, but it is the quiet courage and indomitable spirit of its people that captures your heart. The future is uncertain, a story yet to be written, but one leaves with the powerful feeling that, whatever comes next, the resilient, vibrant, and profoundly human soul of Cuba will endure. The island will continue to whisper its secrets to those who are willing to listen.